Hey everybody, Coach Dela here with another 2v2 analysis. This will be another game with Dela here. I think he's pushing up too far there. So he's 2 here, his teammate's playing the kickoff. So he can either sit in net, cheat up, or go for boost. Now, I recommend always sitting in net and then working towards the play to try to prevent any goals from your teammate missing a kickoff or any weird wall touches that you kind of have to expect from Rocket League. But here, he's going up because I guess he just wants to cheat on the ball and sort of just get there as soon as possible. But he's making that decision and he's hesitating, and that he's going way too slow here. And then he keeps going up, and by the time he turns around, he's too far forward. So he's putting himself in a dead zone where he can't challenge it or save it. Again, which is why I think it's a little bit more appropriate to sit back and grab a pad in front of net and just wait for the play to proceed from whatever happens. Good draw from Dela to not slow down, but he's taking his hits and approaches at the ball without understanding where his teammates are. This wall turn is pretty dangerous here. So he's going back to defense. Z-Rick is going at the ball, or was, and he's making his turn towards the wall with the ball being played against the wall. So when that ball goes out, you'll see Dela's now on the wall instead of on the pitch where he should be to play it. He's thinking about where the ball is like right now instead of where it's going to be. So if he turned towards the middle of the pitch, he would have had a better line at that and could have challenged a lot quicker. Dela sort of just giving up on the play. So he's not sure where his teammate is. I think his teammate sort of noticed him just sort of making up a line for that ball and let him go on it. It's a decent attempt to knock it around, but a little bit too slow to get the second touch off. See, there he's cutting into the rotations and coming from behind Z-Rick here. So Rick either has the ball and Dela can't play it, or Juke's going to challenge Rick here and win, and Dela's not going to be able to save it. He's too close to his teammate when he's working on the pitch. And this is why thinking about what you're doing before you do it is so important. You want to, you approach the ball because you just want to hit it. You see it, and, Rick might make a touch, and then you just want to be close because you want to play it as soon as possible after him. But you need to be thinking about where the ball is going to be played afterwards. You want to be making sure that you're covering other sides of the pitch that he can't. So he was more than ready and waiting to take a touch on the ball, and Dela sort of haphazardly throws himself at it with the siren song of that Rocket League ball. So Dela should be rotating back here, letting his teammate play it. Good job coming far post. Hesitating too much to challenge there. Make your decision and stick to it. You'll be punished a lot less by making the wrong choice than you will be by hesitating. See, here he should just be getting at the ball where it's going. Good job not dodging, though, on the other side of the pitch. That would have threw him out of the play for a really long time. Good reaction to that backboard bounce. See, here he's going away from the play. Chibi starts working his way up the field, and Dela just leaves him alone. So now Chibi has two defenders on him, and he can't get it around. And then Dela's too far back when he does start pushing up, so always got to make sure that you're aware and working with your teammates the best that you can. A little too anxious to get at the ball there. They should have punished that a lot harder. Juke gave you way too much time and space there. I mean, good job getting to it as one spot on the play. Wouldn't recommend taking the kickoff boost. Now your teammate's backfield alone without any. Oh, I think he actually might have grabbed that corner, but it's just dangerous to do in the first place. Always want to make sure that you're leaving that up for them off the kickoff. Because, I mean, you want them to be comfortable in following up the hit that you make as soon as possible, so let them have 100 boost, and then you can make your touch, and they'll be more aptly prepared to handle it from there. Dela should be going at that. Look for where your teammates are, and look for those little signals, like when they're turning around back into net. Because you don't want both people facing in a net not challenging. Someone needs to make sure that they're on the ball. Classic kickoff. He's chasing this ball a little too much without regard for where his teammate is and how he can be playing at the ball. So, like, he's looking at it. He's going to let him play that, which is smart. And he's taking his line here, but he starts cutting in too close to that wall and where it was, and now he's sort of out of a playable position, so he sort of panics and starts backing up and then driving back into that wall. So he's committing himself to making a touch in the corner, which is very dangerous because then it's really hard to recover and get back to your net. But he's also not trusting that and getting up to it quick enough, so Dela should be getting at that early. I think Rick was around midfield. Rick's cutting across here. That's pretty dangerous. When you're rotating around the field and the pitch and working with each other, cutting across like that is really risky. You kind of throw both of you out of line. Good job from Dela to make that midline back and pick up some pads. Good job getting there. So Rick should have been challenging that a lot earlier. Rick's not putting himself into the right play in the rotation. So Z-Rick should be going for this. So like Dela's return here. Z-Rick sees Dela aggressively rotating back to probably get some boost or play the ball after him. But you see he's still there. Like he's not using that signal of Dela going back the way he should. He needs to make sure that he's rotating into the ball and applying pressure as soon as he can and allowing Dela to play it from there. That wide turn is pretty dangerous there from Dela. He needs to make sure that he's like in this case, Z-Rick's coming across like that, so he wants to be filling in the spot behind Z-Rick as he goes to make that touch. And he's taking a little bit too long to get to what happens from there. Good job rotating back here behind Z-Rick. Give him some space to work with. You're tied up, you really don't want to be overcommitting and throwing yourself out of the play. Especially like that. That midfield is dangerous. And that's it, they're going to be punished from that. So, again, we can sort of back this up a bit. Z-Rick should be next to challenge this, and Dela should be kind of going back here, so he's right to do that. Z-Rick makes his challenge, which is nice. And Dela's rotating too far back here after the challenge, so that throws Xeric off, and then when Xeric should be going for it, Xeric doesn't, and that throws Dela off because Dela is so close. Dela's not giving them enough space, so by the time he notices that his teammate has messed up, he's too far out of it, and he's too close to them in the play of the ball to work with the play afterwards. Alright. Thanks for sending in the replays, Dela. Basically the same main points as before. Make sure you're a little bit more aware of what's going on. Make sure you're rotating wider around your teammate when you're rotating back, and maybe try to give them some go for it's or something. You know, give them some confidence to get on the ball. Let them know that they should be next to play it if they're not going to. Just start to drill that idea of confidence into their mind. So, thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like if this helped you out at all, and I'll see you around.